Do you ever get a comment from a random stranger where you're just like, wow? Like, no hate to this person. But, and here's the thing. As a former member of the Mormon Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who just keeps changing everything, who keeps on... Really, dude? Who keeps on, like, now they're... Like... I'm just gonna read the comment. So this is in response to a video that I talked about my body modifications and why I did what I did, the scarification, the branding, you know, the laser branding, strike branding. So this person says, that is demonic oppression. LDS, meaning the church I grew up in, is not Christian. And I've heard people say this, sorry, I'm deviating. I'm saying that she's not the first person to say the Mormon church is not Christian. Anyways, I'd be willing to bet she's suffered through horrendous ritual abuse as a young child. That gave me chills. Did I go through some shit? Yeah. But I will say, what I went through isn't as bad as what so many other little girls and women have gone through in the Mormon church. And when they go through this shit, it's always their fault. It's always the girl's fault. It's always the girl's fault for dressing a certain way. It's always a girl's fault for acting a certain way. If she tempts a man and he does something to her that she did not consent to, it's always her fault. Now, something did happen to me when I was 14, and of an SA, yeah, I was SA, and I didn't tell anyone but my best friend about it, because I knew. How would my sister respond? Well, you wore a skirt, so kind of like, it's that whole thing where you kind of get, if you dress a certain way, well, it's just like this scary bullshit. But let's talk about the part where she says LDS is not Christian. I've had so many people in response to my videos say the same thing, or they'll say, the Mormon God is not the same as the Christian God. And I get what they mean. And there's a part of me that gets a little bit of hope from that, if you will. Because in all reality, the Mormon church ruined God and Jesus for me. Jesus is a man who once lived, and maybe there's so many different Bibles, there's so many different interpretations. What bothers me is when people use the Bible to control other people and to condemn them. So they'll start spouting off verses and saying this and this and that, I can, to make themselves be either in control of that person or to feel better, about what maybe another person does or chooses to do in their life. As someone who used to pray regularly and thought that she had a relationship, but by the way, the Mormon church refers to, God as Heavenly Father. And that is cringe to me too. Like, I hate it when I hear Mormons say Heavenly Father or start their prayer, like, ugh. I hate it. Like, because we were taught that if you say God, you're taking his name in vain. Like, oh my God, or, whatever. You're not supposed to say God. God is like a swear word in the Mormon church, or at least it was when I was growing up. I don't pray anymore, by the way. I go back and forth. I try to think on a spiritual level of like the universe or energy or karma, trying to put positive thoughts to get positive, back, kind of like that's kind of the path that I'm on, I guess, if you want to call it that. But every once in a while, I, think about the prayers, but it was just like repetitive, same old, same old. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to call that horrendous ritual abuse, just, I don't know. But this comment, I will say, it got me thinking. Which, I take that, as a good thing. But at the same time, this person, she intrigues the shit out of me because of this comment, because just the way she wrote that, it makes me think that she knows some stuff, or that she's heard some stuff, or that she's met someone. She knows about stuff about the Mormon church to say, suffer her, because, yeah, there is some shit, whether it be inside their temples or outside. I myself have heard a lot of horrendous shit because of the Mormon church, and what bothers me is that they've continued to cover up the thousands and thousands of these horrendous abuses that have gone on in the Mormon church. So, you're right. There's a lot of people in the Mormon church who have experienced those abuses. Mine wasn't as bad, but I guess abuse is abuse, right?